It's time to change it up. Let's go. Today, this book is I wanted to get it out there for a while, because we as a content creator, as either you're an author, an entrepreneur, creating content for your niche, for your audience, right? And that that there's a level of high volume of competition in your niche. And to stand out from the competition, you have to be unique. There's something has to be different about you and what you offer or what you provide, because you will be drowned out by the noise of others, what they're trying to provide. So let me give you an example. I have a couple subjects or niche that I go into, but how I define it by the way that I do things, that I try to how they say it, bust the myth of a lot of things that people have the attention of doing things like they have different mindset. And what I do is like book reviews of personal development. There's a lot of competition. A lot of people do book reviews on that, and then there's a lot of competition. Of course, there's law of attraction, and of course, there's other like spiritual stuff that people do. But law of attraction is one of them. And people with how they people don't stand out. They always say the same things and do the same things and say in what they hear, but they don't make it different. They don't make it them. You have to find a specific, unique aspect of you and who you are and how you bring to the table for the creator. Because people are watching it for you, but also how you can provide them uh, value and information that help them uh, with their problems and solve their problems. So I remember, so there's a lot of advice on there's, will always be competition. There we live in the world of, competitive, and this book talk about blue ocean, and I'll explain that. But the whole, I used to chase my competition for the law of attraction. I don't do that anymore because I was focusing on him instead of creating the content that I think is best suited in what's my thoughts processes and how I think about in my perspective on the subject that I am trying to help people with. Because uh, I was like I was like, that's not where I want to go. So every time we're always in the competition of ourselves. We're always trying to be better. So Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor always say amateur compete while creators uh, or professional create. It's almost like blue ocean, right? And then there are people who would say competition. So I have two books that will help you on your adventure of creating and doing things that help you stand out from the crowd. Purple Cow and Blue Ocean Strategy. Today, I'll be reading it. The only way to beat the competition is stop trying to beat the competition. Red Ocean represents all the industry in existence today. This is a known market space. Blue Ocean denote all the industry not in existence today. This is the unknown market space. In the red oceans, industry boundaries are defined and accepted, and the competitive rules of game are known. Here, companies try to outperform their rivals to grab a great share of existing demand. As the market space get crowded, profits and growth are reduced. Products become commodities, and cutthroat competition turn the red ocean bloody. Blue ocean, in contrast, are defined by untapped market space, demand creation, and opportunity for high probability for growth. Growth. Although some blue ocean are created well beyond existing industry boundaries, most are created from within red ocean by expanding existing industry boundary. Da, da, da. It will always be important to swim successfully in the red ocean by outcompeting rivals. Red ocean will always matter and will always be a fact of business life, but with simply exceeding demand in more industry, competing for a share of contracting markets while necessarily will be sufficient to sustain high performance. Companies need to go beyond competing to seize new profits and growth opportunity. They also need to create blue ocean. Although the term blue ocean is new, their existence is not. They are a feature of business life, past and present. Look back 100 years and ask yourself, how many of today's industries were then unknown? The answer, many industry as basic automobiles, music recording, aviations, and stuff like that. Uh, to focus on the red oceans, therefore, to accept the key constructing factor of war, limited terrain, and the need to beat an enemy to succeed, to deny the extended strength of the business world, the capacity to create new market space that's on test. So, let me read another one. Our research confirmed that there is no permanently excellent companies, just as there are no permanently excellent industry. As we found out on our own turbulent road, we all like company corporation do smart things and less than smart things. To improve the quality of our success, we need to study that we did and made a positive difference and understand how to replicate it systematically. This is what we call making smart strategic move, and we have found that the strategic move that matters centrally is to create blue ocean. Blue ocean strategy challenge companies to break out of the red ocean of bloody competition by creating on contest market space that make the competition irrelevant. Instead of driving up existing and often shrinking demand and wrenching marking the competition, blue ocean strategy is about growing demand and breaking away from the competition. Our aim is to make the formulation and execution of blue ocean strategy as systematic and actionable as competing in the red waters known market space. Only then can companies step up to the challenge of creating blue ocean in a smart and responsible way that is both opportunity maximizing and risk minimizing. Okay, so let me explain. My niche would be law of attraction and personal development book reviews, right? There's a lot, tons of people who's doing book reviews, and I cannot, I don't have the, I don't stand out from them, right? If I don't create something that's uniquely me. So what I mean is this: I put in the table of, I interview different aspect of people that not normally interviewed by personal development or law of attraction. Usually, you see them. You see law of attraction people interview law of attraction people or spiritual people, but they don't. You know, people say you can't be all things to everybody. Yes, which is true. But if you want to stand out, because I'm trying to help people who are in the law of attraction to get results. Um, because here's the thing: if you think law of attraction is cool, it's okay. But law of attraction is based upon using that to achieve greater than achieve your dream. Well, in my aspect, I think that's my perspective on law of attraction is to achieve your dream or the best version of yourself. And yes, if what make me different is basically I'm interviewing people who have what my interest is, and that my interest is usually around art, uh, about drawing, kind of had to do with like anime, had to do with uh, uh, martial arts or like kung fu, and you get a different perspective. And how does that go into the law of attraction? Um, uh, to well, if you notice, all the law of attraction people they talk about things, right? They talk about uh, attracting objects or attracting, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But my message is, everyone is trying to achieve their dream and try to be successful in life. And my message is, why can't we live our dream? And I'm using the interviews as a vehicle to be able uh, to show people that their dream can happen, whatever their dream is. And for book review, I used to do a lot of laughters and funny. I guess that used to be. I want to be. uh, to do that a lot. I used to do crazy things like do for Puerto Rico, make it explosive. I guess I stopped doing that. I don't know why. Maybe I should do that back again. But yeah, and besides, it's like if people, so there's tons of law of attraction and book review. If everybody talk about the same thing but never give them different perspective or experience, or they always say the same thing, it would be boring. You hear the same thing over and over and over, and you get drowned by the noise of people saying this and that, and you you and then all these are just trying to help you to uh, uh, see, people are drowned by the noise of content, right? They consume the content, but they don't like take the initial action. And action can be anything of that nature, right? And to create that, you have to create something different. And you have to find something uniquely different about you. What is it that makes you shine? Whether you, because remember, you have to think that there are always, because if you don't try to make, here's the thing, if you don't make yourself uniquely different, you you will have all these competition, and you know what they're trying to do, they're trying to push you, they're trying to um uh make you go out of business. And also they, what was it, I'm thinking, and they'll grab your market shares, people, market shares, people or whatever, and they take that from you because you copy everybody else instead of making it uniquely yours. Yes, you can learn from people and making it, you become successful by modeling success like Tony Robbins, but you can't copy anyone, but you have to bring uh, to the table, whether your experience that we never heard of, um, something that shine, something that's new, something is not boring, something that exciting. They call it purple cow, and I talk about a couple in the video. The purple cow is, you see all, like first time you see go through, you see the brown cow, and you say, wow, it's amazing. And then you drive down, you keep seeing brown cow, it become boring. And most of the time you stop looking at, look, we most people who stop looking at like the detail because they have the like filter and blinders, because they're so numb to seeing that every day, so they block it out. That's what happened to people. They block out the information they go numb, so they don't want to hear it. They got burned by this information, and they don't believe it anymore. So you have to uniquely do something that nobody have done before, and which I do. I go out of my comfort zone all the time. It's not easy. I talk about, most people go in the law of attraction, they want to go the ticket mentality stuff, and because they were burned by life, and people hate the rich people. I do a different message, and I say there's a myth to the law of attraction if you don't do anything with the information. Because I know a long time ago there's a couple people who studied the law of attraction, but they never do anything with it, and so therefore they will always go to that direction, and they will be in bondage for the rest of their life if they held that belief that to be true, and they never do. See, most people are consumers. Most people are consuming. They don't become a producer. They don't take the content, they don't produce in their life. You got to become a producer instead of a consumer. If you consume the information, become a producer. Create. Don't consume. You can consume, but you cannot become a consumer. Don't be hyper consumer like most people do. Most people consume lots of things. Most people don't produce a lot of things. And that's what my message is. You got to be uniquely somehow uh, that you, how can I think of like what uniquely? Well, for me, when I was a kid, I'll tell you a great story. Uh, all the interview that I do, at first it was to help people. It still is to help people to solve the problem in the law of attraction, because there's a lot of enormous problem that they need to be solved. And there's gluttons of stupid knowledge in the law of attraction, and I just I don't like where it's going, because it's showing people and telling people to do the like the in my perspective, I don't like where it's going. I want to be able to make people aware about the law of attraction. It's about bringing aware, or goal setting is about um, building you the awareness, the skills, and whatever. So I'll tell you, back when I was a kid, I was passionate about the martial arts and kung fu. It's always Power Rangers. It's always fantasies, Dragon Ball Z, Kamehameha. It's always that. And I wanted to, a long time ago, I wanted to become a kung fu master, but um, didn't happen. Uh, Stuff happen in life. We all have that, but stuff happen in life that you you don't want to happen again. But life is like that, tragedy, right? So um, after that, I stopped doing martial arts or kung fu for a while, and then I did other things, and until I found my spiritual, they call it spiritual awakening. I become aware about our world, our society, how it is. It's an illusion. Everything that you live your life, every is based upon how you create it in your mind. It is not based upon the reason why your life is the way it is because you have created yourself, or the ideas of the opinions of someone created inside your mind. So you project that out to reality. So 2013 shattered the notion of life that I saw it become like glass, crumbles like glass, right? And I saw through the eyes that where we can create reality. It's just a thought, and we take the action based upon belief, right? Because we have limiting belief system, or the idea that held us back for many years. And so now, over the years, I have accumulated. Uh, I did studies and learning how to be able to become aware that we can make our dream come true, and my dream has come true, and it's still going, though constantly. Sometimes I feel like, man, that's quite a journey that I'm going through, man. Like, God, but it's okay. So, and then I wanted to make my childhood dream come true. I don't care what it is. I mean, at first it was to interview law of attraction expert. I interviewed best-selling author, New York Times best-selling author, from Michael Lozier. He was interviewed from Oprah, from Pam Groth. And at first I was like, you know what? Instead of doing like I did the interview with Law of Attraction, I don't I don't like to get bored, so I want to make my childhood. So I started doing I was like, you know what? Since since Michael Lozier helped me to become aware of the how to do an interview, so I was like, you know what? Might as well do an interview with authors or expert that I want to go into, whether it's martial arts, art, it's me. So that's I bring that to the table, and so I interview Wing Chun Kung Fu masters, Jiao. I interview Jeet Kune Do, and I will still go on and on in the future. I will, but I learned through understanding that these interview was created because of my persistence, because I believe, because my thoughts has changed, my direction has changed. If I didn't go into personal development, it would never change. I think that's message for me is I cannot always be what the people want me to be talking about the law of attraction. I gotta be me, right? If I don't be me, I forgot that quote saying Bob Proctor always say. Um, anyway, I hope that this helped you and make you aware that when you go on creating content for your viewers or your audience, you have to think in a perspective of how can you bring your experience, what uniquely can you bring to them instead of trying to copy everyone else. There are a lot of people who copy, but they often don't stand a chance, and they don't because there's a lot of noise. a lot. Anyway, subscribe to my channel and like my video because I do book reviews and law of attraction. But if you're into book reviews, I do that too. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.